If he's not your husband anymore, mind if I take him for a spin? Charlotte tossed her hair flirtatiously. Aiden was standing on the street with Ava and Charlotte. He had asked them if he could tag along for the afternoon, but Ava had turned him down. That is, until Charlotte started flirting with him. Aiden smiled at Charlotte. Yeah, if you're busy, Ava, I can just go with Charlotte. Ava's face grew completely flushed. She blinked up at them and bit her lip, unsure of what to say. Finally, she sighed. Okay, fine, Aiden. You can spend the afternoon with us. We're just gonna head downtown for a bit and do some more shopping. Aiden smirked, happy to see Ava jealous for a change. Sounds great to me. With that, the trio continued walking down the street, peering into various shop windows as they went. Charlotte ran her fingers across Aiden's suit jacket. Aiden, is this a Shaw Industries suit? It looks great on you. Ava grew flustered. Shaw Industries? How can you afford Cyrus's clothing label? I got an advance at my new job, Aiden bragged, smoothing out an imaginary wrinkle on his pressed suit. Charlotte cocked her head. Where do you work again? I'm at SafeTech right now, senior management. Security is a real goldmine these days. Ava's jaw dropped. Wow, SafeTech? That's really impressive. You have to be a real genius to be a manager at a place like that, Charlotte exclaimed. Aiden turned to Ava. See, sweetheart? It's not so bad being married to me, right? She rolled her eyes and said nothing. Aiden noticed Charlotte unbutton the top button of her blouse out of the corner of his eye. Well, Aiden, fancy suit or not, I think you look great lately. Don't you think so, Ava? Ava muttered under her breath. Sure, whatever. They climbed into Ava's car, which was parked at a meter just down the street. Aiden sat in the back seat, Ava drove, and Charlotte sat next to her up front. Though the two women were whispering to one another, Aiden could just barely make out what they were saying. What's gotten into you? Can you stop flirting with my husband, please? Ava's voice was laced with venom. Charlotte snickered. I thought you said he wasn't your husband. Ava glanced back over her shoulder at Aiden, a frustrated look on her face. Ava, look out! Charlotte screamed, pointing ahead through the windshield. While Ava was distracted looking at Aiden, she had accidentally driven onto the wrong side of the road. Ava slammed on the brakes hard. The car speeding in their direction also slammed on their brakes, turning out onto the sidewalk, forcing some passerby to jump out of the way. The two cars barely avoided a collision. That was close. Ava exhaled sharply. Charlotte's face turned pale as four brutish-looking men stepped out of the car that Ava almost hit. It's not over yet, she muttered under her breath. Ava looked over at Charlotte with a panicked expression. What is it, Charlotte? Who are those guys? Charlotte's breathing was shallow. That's Isaac. He works for Dominic Grayson, the mobster. Aiden looked confused. How do you know what Dominic Grayson's men look like? Charlotte didn't reply. Isaac approached Ava's car, slamming his fist on the hood. Hey, why don't you watch where you're going, bitch? Charlotte got out of the car, confronting him. What do you want, Isaac? Aiden and Ava stepped out of the car too, as Isaac and his men approached, glowering at them. Isaac snickered. Well, well, well. What do we have here? What are you two fine ladies doing tonight? Isaac and his men were leering at Charlotte and Ava, ignoring Aiden's presence completely. As the men closed in, Ava trembled. Back off, okay? I said back off! But none of the men showed any signs of slowing down. Aiden felt his hands curling up into fists. Wait a minute. I remember this guy, Aiden thought. Where do I know him from? Suddenly, Isaac's eyes met Aiden's. A flash of recognition crossed his face. He pointed at Aiden, a snarl on his lips. You're the guy who attacked us outside of Club Kane. You killed our friend, Peter. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't kill anyone. Aiden protested. Well, you broke his leg and knocked him unconscious. Remember that? Poor bastard couldn't make it to the hospital in time. He bled out in the street. We're gonna make you pay for what you did, you prick. Aiden blinked. Oh no. This won't be good. Suddenly, one of the men grabbed Ava. As soon as she felt his brutish hands on her, she fainted. Ava! Aiden reached for her, but the man pulled her away. Charlotte screamed and ran behind Ava's car. Stay there, Charlotte. I'll handle this. Aiden shouted. Isaac cracked his knuckles. I've been looking forward to round 2. Sorry to disappoint you, Isaac. It's gonna be a pretty quick match. Aiden spat. Aiden charged toward Isaac, but before he could reach him, one of Isaac's men dropped Ava and elbowed Aiden in the head. Aiden fell back onto the hood of the car. Isaac laughed. You're right. It will be a short match. For you. Aiden rolled off the car hood back onto the ground in a fighting stance. He landed some quick punches to the guy who had elbowed him, knocking him unconscious. Isaac growled, snapping his fingers. 2 other thugs raced at Aiden, carrying lead pipes. This is for Peter. The first of the thugs swung the pipe at Aiden's head. Aiden grabbed the pipe out of the man's hand, then dropped to the ground, striking the pipe against the thug's legs, breaking both of his kneecaps. The thug fell to the ground, clutching his legs in agony. Aiden reeled around just as the second thug swung his pipe down at Aiden, but Aiden blocked it with his own. Aiden and the thug used the pipes like swords, clanging them against each other, both unable to find purchase on their opponent. Then Aiden swung his pipe at the other thug with tremendous force, leaving a huge dent in the weapon. It bent wildly out of shape. The thug's eyes went wide. Seizing his opportunity, Aiden followed up with a quick swing of his pipe, striking the thug's head. The thug spun around, knocked out cold. He landed on the ground with a thud, next to the others in Isaac's crew, unconscious and incapacitated. Fine. I guess I have to deal with you myself, Isaac sneered. He pulled a gun out of his holster and began firing shots at Aiden. As soon as he saw Isaac reach for the gun, Aiden dove for cover behind Ava's car. He spotted Charlotte crouched there as well. Ava was passed out next to her. Stay down. I've got this, Aiden whispered to her. Charlotte nodded. Come out, you little shit, or your girlfriend gets a bullet square in the head, Isaac called out. Aiden looked down at the pipe still in his hand and realized what he had to do. As Isaac reloaded his gun, Aiden tucked and rolled around the trunk of the car and ran up to Isaac. He used the pipe to smash Isaac's knuckles, knocking the gun out of his hand. It flew into the air, and Aiden caught it with his free hand. Aiden pointed the gun at Isaac, who was clutching his broken and bloody knuckles. Sorry, Isaac. Looks like you're the one who'll be getting a bullet to the head today. One of Isaac's thugs stirred on the ground at the sound of sirens approaching in the distance. Shit, boss! It's the cops! Let's go! Isaac immediately panicked and ran for his car. Aiden had Isaac locked in his sights, but after a moment, he put the gun down and holstered it in his jacket. I'll let them live. This time. As Isaac dragged his unconscious thugs into the car, he pointed at Aiden. This isn't the end, you little shit. Dominic Grayson is coming for you. As soon as Isaac and his men sped off, Aiden raced back to Ava, who was still unconscious as approaching police sirens blared. Charlotte felt Ava's pulse. She's just passed out, but we need to get her to a hospital. She hit her head pretty hard when that thug dropped her. Aiden reached his hands behind Ava's head. She's bleeding. His pulse quickened. Charlotte's breathing was shaky. Shit. We gotta get her out of here. Plus, if the cops find me, they might not take my side. Aiden didn't need anyone asking him too many questions, especially not the police. Charlotte nodded. Let's go. Aiden wrapped Ava's limp arm around his shoulder. We've got to hurry, he thought. If we don't get Ava to a doctor soon, she could die. Will Aiden and Charlotte get Ava to a hospital in time? Why did Charlotte recognize Isaac so quickly, and what else is she hiding? And with Dominic Grayson now aware of Aiden's identity, how long until the next attack?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.